All right. I live in Atlanta, where there's 8 FIFA World Cup matches going down in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I've reported from there before, not doing that again. The sheer noise and difficulty around parking is honestly enough to keep me on my side of town. We're hosting the semifinal on July 15th. Obviously, football is a big deal to most of the world and has become a bigger deal to us in the US within the last decade. Atlanta United literally won the MLS Cup in 2018. It's an intense experience, and I highly recommend it. The issue is this: most people can't go to this year's matches. I've been at Pond City Market, a popular food court and shopping plaza in the city, on a match day, and hella people were piled in there watching the TV at this Szechuan restaurant. I'm sure that would happen anyway, but from the sheer passion I saw from people rocking jerseys with their families on deck, they obviously would have preferred to be able to afford tickets. The reason events like this matter is cultural diversity and the fact that a host city gets a chance to welcome people from all over the world within such a short period of time. The World Cup is being hosted in 10 other cities across the country this year. And we're seeing more tension and less excitement across the board due to the massive financial burden, travel bans, and visa issues. I'm not the first one to talk about this, but it's worth repeating. This is the most expensive World Cup in history, and it isn't particularly close. The average ticket price starts at $560 and runs as high as $2,000 or more for the final. Tariffs, plus the war Trump started and lost, have driven up the cost of just about everything, including every item involved in a tailgate. And everybody in Congress who voted for these policies are complicit in all of it. Combine that with ICE killing the vibes in many cities, and it becomes an understatement to say there's a hammer hanging above everybody's heads. I can honestly say we've been lucky here in Atlanta since we have the free FIFA Fan Fest events. Everyone's been having a pretty great time at those, and they're a good way to entertain our international and domestic visitors who can't go to the matches. But it's still unacceptable that the world's game can't be experienced by the world. Let's get into more details about the bans and barriers, then we can dive deep on costs. An Iraqi team staff member and a Somali referee, Omar Artan, were denied entry at U.S. airports in June after those long-ass flights. Dozens of Moroccan fans were barred from getting visas, despite the fact that they already had tickets to games. Do you know how hard some of these fans had to work and save up to get those tickets in the first place? How much money some of them had to spend to catch that flight? We're talking thousands of dollars, easy. If I paid that much and planned that hard for a match that was happening overseas, I'd absolutely crash out over being blocked on that side of the Atlantic. These restricted travel policies have done real damage. Did y'all know we have 39 countries under a partial or full travel ban? 19 of those have zero eligibility for a visa. They're not getting one under any circumstances. 4 of the countries with a partial or total ban are part of the World Cup: Iran, Haiti, Cote d'Ivoire, and Senegal. Haiti managed to get their players into Atlanta to play Morocco a week ago in a match they lost, but the very next day, the Supreme Court struck down Haiti's temporary protected status, which exposes about 350,000 of them to losing their work authorizations. I try my best to put y'all in other people's shoes. So for the next minute or so, you're a Haitian person who deeply cares about your country. This works for any Caribbean nation for that matter, but in the case of Haiti, there's a deep history of exploitation and cultural strife committed by us, America that is, that heightens these stakes. Black people here in America should understand. Your country is represented in the World Cup for the first time since the 70s, and you're hype. You got your flag ready, the red, white, and blue outfit laid out, and all your family and friends link up to march to the stadium in support of your team. It's a miracle they even got in the country. So the fact that they get their time to shine in Atlanta's biggest stadium means everything. They can't pull out the win, but that doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things. Sports are about the atmosphere and the excitement of a storyline unfolding in real time. You all know the ruling is coming. It's not like communities don't keep up with these things. It's created some anxiety, and people like Jude Exama stood outside holding signs. But overall, you're able to keep your spirits up. After a dope day and night with the people you love, you get ready for work on the 25th, which was a Thursday. The news drops that the Supreme Court of a country you fought to earn the right to work in, the country you pay taxes in, has decided to expose you to getting your work authorization revoked. Not only is this a situation where your job is at risk, it means you may have to go home with zero resources. In some cases, that means a dangerous environment you've never been to or one that you left behind. There's ongoing violence concerns, just like in the US, and displacement from natural disasters on top of that. Here's what Jude said to CNN about the ruling. Quote, I myself have no choice but to stay in the country. How do you think I can go and live in a country like that? I would rather starve to death, hiding from immigration, than live in open hell in Haiti, end quote. There's people like Reginald Joseph, a Haitian working as a security guard and Uber driver, who sends money home to family in Haiti. His hometown in Haiti has been ravaged by armed attacks, and his family has fled. Where is he going to go if his work authorization expires? He's the sole source of income for his wife, 3 sisters, and 2 daughters. Just real people's lives on the line. This isn't abstract. That was just a snapshot of the impact these restrictive travel policies have had on football fans and foreign nationals that we call neighbors, coworkers, friends, and fam. It's creating a situation where we're becoming less culturally diverse overnight and inventing new horror stories across the country during a time that should be celebratory. On top of all that, the outgoing ICE director told Congress ICE would be a part of the security for U.S. matches and explicitly refused to rule out carrying out enforcement operations during those matches. The ACLU and Amnesty International both had to issue travel advisories, which is not a normal thing that happens. Let's talk economic damage, the costs. We already talked about how crazy ticket prices can get, with total costs for traveling, attending, and lodging reaching into the tens of thousands for certain countries' fans. The American Hotel and Lodging Association said that despite more than 5 million tickets sold, 80% of hotels in World Cup host cities are underbooked. We got domestic travelers booking more than international fans. Not sure if y'all know this, but that's kind of defeating the entire purpose of hosting massive worldwide events like this in the first place. On a larger scale, the US has already been suffering from the reputation ICE has earned worldwide. International tourism was down 6.3% in 2025. That ain't because of some cyclical trend in travel budgets or some other weird reason. Cities like Dallas and Houston reported bookings at the same level as non-World Cup seasons. This might be surprising to some people who support this kind of immigration crackdown, but there's consequences to your actions. Trump can't have it both ways. Lying about how effective he is economically while literally choking out our hospitality industry isn't something companies are just going to ignore when it affects their bottom line. For my viewers watching this, what have y'all seen? For those who know international fans, especially those impacted by this Supreme Court decision, what are they going through right now? Sound off in the comments. If anyone wants to do something about it beyond watching this video, reach out to your representatives. Push them to use the data in the articles I've linked in the cited sources to fight this, and push them to stop falling in line with this administration. I appreciate y'all watching to get the facts, and I'll catch you next time. Power to the people.